What is up? I am Kim. Hello, thank you for clicking on this video. You came here because you want to see what I have on my iPad, and quite frankly, I do too. So I'm going to screen record my iPad and show you guys all of the goodies and things that I have on there. I did also spend quite some time playing around with my aesthetics and my screensaver and all of the app icons and stuff on my iPad. I also made these app icons, so if you're interested in how I did that with Procreate, as well as just kind of how to add these widgets and just customize your iPad in general, I will talk about that in the second half of this video. You can click on the sections down here, watch the whole thing. Why not? Or you can skip ahead. That's fine. Choice is yours. So I have the iPad Air, the 4th generation. I didn't know how badly I needed an iPad until I got it. And quite frankly, I have used it ever since I got it nonstop. I love it to bits and pieces. It does so much. It's so freaking powerful. Here's my, slightly dirty case. I will link this down below if you guys want. It's a way affordable version of the Apple Pencil. I use it for pretty much everything. I love it. So if you're looking for a cheaper alternative, I will link that down below, as well as my iPad case. If you're interested, it's got one of these magnetic flippy doos on it. So when you open it, it opens that up for you. So let's dive into it. So here we have my cute AF wallpaper. It's blue butterflies. I think blue butterflies are cute as heck, so there's that. Opening it up, as you can see, this is what I'm talking about when I say I got aesthetics and stuff up in here. So if you guys are interested in how I got these app icons down below, stay tuned. I'll show you guys how I made them, and I also even put a downloadable link of these specific ones if you guys want to just steal mine. You have permission. So up here in the top left corner, we've got a widget with just the day and the time. We've got the clock next to it. Below that, we've got a cute little moon phases situation. We've got a crescent moon today in lovely Las Vegas, Nevada. And then here's just a random photo that I like. I might put something else in there because this photo is a little bit too vertical, but I just thought it was cute. It went with the vibes I was going for, so I'm here for it. Across the top, we have just mainly folders. There's not too much thought put into the categorizing and or organization of this iPad, but it makes sense for me. So here in the top left folder, we have productivity. This is where I have most of the things I use for marketing. So we've got Google Sheets, Google Docs, Dropbox, Zinnia, which is a sketching app. I'm currently not paying for it. It's one you can pay for if you want to add more options in there. You can create journals and draw things in there for free. It's just kind of fun because the options for the Apple Pencil or the stylus, you get some really cool different variations. Then I've got Google Drive, Numbers, Facebook ads, Google Translate, Notion, and voice memos. Again, these are the things that aren't that super fun, but these are the things that I use for my business. So that's what's in there. Next to that, we got shopping. Quite frankly, I should have a lot more things in here, but I'm trying to refrain. So I've got Poshmark, Amazon, sell on Etsy, and Shein. I don't know how Shein made it on there, but it did. Sell on Etsy because I do have an Etsy store where I sell press-on nails that I've made. That's what that's for. Then I've got my settings, my app store, camera, notes, Spotify. Then I've got this miscellaneous app, which basically is all the apps that came on the iPad that I don't use. So Keynote, Pages, Tips, Shortcuts, Clips, Photo Booth, iTunes Store, Apple TV, Books, News, Find My iPhone, Home, Measuring Tapes, Stocks, Podcasts, Contacts, Music, Maps, FaceTime, Reminders, Clock. Basically all of these apps I use on my phone. I don't want to use them on my iPad. There's certain things that I don't use my iPad for and vice versa when it comes to my phone. Next I have the YouTube folder. That's just the YouTube app, my YouTube Studio app, and then TubeBuddy, which is what I use to help me with analytics. And then I have a folder called Create, which is basically anything and everything creative. I have Color Story, Facetune 2, InShot, iMovie, Procreate, Pinterest, GarageBand, Layout, Filter, Prequel. Both of those I have never used. Then Mixed Captions, which is great if you want to do closed captioning on any video. I use it for my business a lot. Quite frankly, it's worth it if you are trying to create content that is a little bit more engaging. Video Leap, never use that. Also Film, Fonts, Photoshop, Lightroom, Creative Cloud, Magnifier, which I'm not sure how that got on there. Did Apple put that on there? I don't remember putting that on there, but when you click on it, it just magnifies the camera to like a macro lens. So everything looks super crisp up close. And then Widgetsmith, which I will talk about in the second half of this video. If you want to know how to make those fancy looking widgets, that's the app you will want to use for that. All right, on to the next one. We have Stream. I just have Netflix and Hulu in here. I don't really use them that much on here unless I'm traveling. Then I have Social, which is Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Messenger. Then I have Games. I would like to admit that Big Cooking Adventures, I think is what it's called, or Big Cooking. That game is my favorite. And I don't know why. I love a monotonous cooking game. My goal is to just like serve X amount of people, but you play with other people, so it's a little bit more challenging. Dash Adventures was a similar concept, but I kind of lost interest in it. Farmville 2, let me tell you, I've had my Farmville 2 account for like almost 7-8 years. I'm so high in the levels, but I don't play Farmville. Like, I'll get these random moments in time where I'm like, I'm obsessed with my Farmville farm, and then I'll go like years without playing it, and then I'll get obsessed again, and then I'll go years without playing it. Like, I have to get to a certain level of boredom, but I refuse to lose my game and my level because I've been playing it for so long. So all right, and then this next folder, I just called it control panel, but it's basically all of the apps that I replaced with these cute little app icons at the bottom. That's just where they are. So it's all of like my messages, Safari, all of these things right here. You can see also down here, because these right down here in my dock are shortcuts of those apps. Then I have Yahoo Mail, the Tasty app, which is really fun if you're looking for recipes to make things. It's really cool, and that's it pretty much. So at the bottom here, we have like the normal stuff. We have Messages, Google Chrome, Safari, Photos, Gmail, the Mail app, the Files app, Canva, and GoodNotes. I use GoodNotes for pretty much everything. It's the best note-taking app in my opinion. I paid for it, worth every dime. I am a note taker, and since I got the iPad, I've been taking my notes on this a lot more than just like writing things down on random pieces of paper and then losing them. That's a character flaw of mine. So on my iPad, it's all right here. And I like to make templates on Canva for fun for myself and just like create fun and exciting templates on there. I'm thinking about maybe selling some of those on Etsy. If people are interested in like calendar templates and stuff, that's pretty freaking exciting for me. So let me know. And then I just have the calendar next to it. So that's what's on my iPad. Okay, so now if you guys are interested in how I created the aesthetics here with my iPad, then this is a part of the video for you. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm doing it. So I will, like I said, if you want these very specific app icons that I have down here with like the shades of brown, I colored these up and drew them up myself in Procreate. So you can look at the clip I'm about to show you on how to do that. But if you want these ones specifically, then I will link a downloadable link down below so you can download it yourself. I said download so many times. If you guys are interested and want like custom made ones, let me know, because I'm kind of down to do that for a little bit of money. You know, I gotta hustle out in these streets. And since I figured out Procreate, I'm having a great time. My email will be down below. So in order for you to add a shortcut to your home screen, this is what you do. So if you want to basically click on like a pretty photo and it goes to a very specific app that you want it to go to, you can set these instructions in the Shortcuts app, which is already on your iPad. So the only downside though with the Shortcuts is there will be a minor like second lag or little pop-up when you click on the shortcut that then leads to the app. It just kind of is what it is. It's an extra step essentially, so you'll see that extra step. If you're willing to wait like an extra millisecond, great option for you. So what you want to do is you want to open the Shortcuts app, and then you want to add a shortcut. So then you want to click over here on the side, open app, and then it'll prompt you to see whatever app you want to choose. So pick whichever one you want. For this, I'm picking Mail. Then up here at the top, you want to place the name as open, fill in the blank. So once you do that, I usually just save it, and it kind of sends you back to the original Shortcuts page. For the one that I just created, I press and I hold it down, and then you will see this little menu option for details. I click on that, then I click add to home screen. Now here is where you want to change the name to what's actually going to show up on your screen, and then you want to go in and add in from your photo albums whatever thumbnail you want to add. So just be sure to save it to your iPad before you go ahead and do this. So just have them already in there. You can find them on Pinterest. You can honestly use whatever photo you want. It doesn't even have to be anything remotely like the app icon. It could be a picture of a tree. As long as you know what app it opens, that's your business, honey. That's all that matters. So then you just keep doing that for all of the apps that you want. Don't delete the actual apps. You still need to keep the apps somewhere. You can hide them from your screen if you'd like, or do like me, I just put them in a separate folder, but you're gonna have to like tuck them away somewhere. But don't delete the actual app, because then the shortcut would lead to nowhere. Do that, repeat that step as many times as you need to create whatever aesthetic you're going for. It's super simple. So I'm gonna show you guys how I created these app icons in Procreate. It's super easy. Basically, just if you like to color and trace, this is the job for you, honey. It's just time consuming, but for me it was kind of therapeutic. So let's get into that part of this video. So for this example, I'm going to be showing you how I made the Canva icon, because the actual Canva icon says Canva on it, but I wanted something a little bit more simple and something that I could color and create myself. Procreate is an app you do have to pay for. It is $9.99, but it is just a one-time flat fee, and quite frankly, if you are any form of a creative person that likes to doodle, draw, or anything like that, I would honestly recommend it. It's totally worth $10 in my opinion. If you have like some understanding of Photoshop and stuff, like I don't have very in-depth understanding of like Photoshop and things, but if you understand how like layers work and just kind of how to play around, you'll figure it out. Pretty user friendly. So for this, what you want to do is you want to Google a picture of the logo that you want to use. So I'm Googling the Canva app icon, and I'm trying to find one that has dimensions that looks good enough for me for what I'm looking for. I don't want the C to be too big. I don't want it to be too small. So I picked this one, and I'm basically going to save this to my iPad. And then what I'm going to do now is open Procreate with this photo. So here you open Procreate, you want to go ahead and add the photo. I'm importing it. So then the first thing you want to do here is go ahead and create a new layer. So I'm creating a new layer, and then I have my colors pre-selected. So now what I'm doing is I put that second layer on top of the original photo, and I'm basically just coloring over it. I'm just staying in the line to the best of my ability. The more you zoom in, the better, the more detailed it'll be. But that's literally it. I'm just tracing over it with the colors and the pen strokes that I want, because you can change the textures and all of that, as you'll see. But I'm basically just going through and I am coloring over the C with the color that I want. And that's what's really the time consuming part. So since I have multiple colors that I want to use, I'm going to go ahead and add another layer to this project, and I'm going to put it underneath the layer that I just colored. So now I'm going to go in with the brush that I was using, and I'm going to color that whole thing. This is just my base color. This has nothing to do with anything. It looks like I am undoing everything I just did, but I didn't. This is another layer. Make sure you're working on that layer, by the way. And then I went in with the color that I wanted, and then I picked the brush stroke that I wanted. I picked Fresco, and as you can see, like magic, I'm coloring over it, and you can see the C is appearing, and that is the photo that I'm going to be using for my app icon thumbnail. So that's really how I make it. You can make that as complicated or as easy as of a process as you want. Add the layers, color over, move the layers as you need to, and quite frankly, you can, if you have the time and energy, you can create as much as you want. You can get as detailed or as not detailed as you want. That's how I made my personalized app icons. I might redo this again at some point. It was kind of fun for me. Hit me up if you want me to make some customs for you. So now how to use the Widgetsmith app. So if you want to add these fancy looking widgets, all you need to do is download the Widgetsmith app. It is free. I will link it down below as well. So when you go in, you can add different sizes of widgets. They have small, medium, large, and extra large. So you just want to add the widget size that you want, and then just go in and create whatever you're looking for. They make it really user friendly. Just go ahead and play around with like the different styles, different colors. There are versions of things on here you can pay for, but they give you a lot of great options with the free stuff. So you can add photos, you can add the clock like I did. Widgetsmith is pretty self-explanatory in the app itself. So you do have to go into Widgetsmith first and create the widgets that you want, and then I'm going to show you guys how you can add those widgets that you created to your home screen. So what you want to do is you want to toggle the home screen. I usually just hold down any side of the screen and then it'll get all the apps wiggling and all of that. So then you want to press the plus sign in the top left and scroll down to Widgetsmith. Now click add widget for whatever size widgets that you had, and then associate the widget number with whatever widget you wanted to upload. So just keep that in mind because they're numbered like small 1, small 2, small 3, small 4 in the app itself. Just kind of remember which ones that you wanted to download. And it's literally as simple as that. So when you press on it, so click on the widget title that you know it is, and then when you do that, it'll automatically pop up, and then from there you just drag and drop and basically just create the aesthetic that you're looking for. At that point, it's all up to you. It's on you now. So that is it. That is how I created the aesthetic vibe I have going here for my iPad. I hope that was helpful. I will link everything down below, like I said, for you guys. If you like videos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe if you're feeling, you know, frisky. Follow me on social media if you're down, and I will see you guys in my next upload. Stay safe out there and have a great winter. I mean, what if you're watching this in like summer? Have a great day or night. Bye.